We live in a world where everyone has an opinion.
Their own outlook and perspective.
On everything.
But do we ever hear these same opinions from everyday peoples?
Like you and me.
So we have 5 everyday people
with 5 different opinions.
over 5 great plates of food.
Coming together to break bread.
Discussing today's trend topics.
So stick around and join the conversation with us, because this is
Breaking Bread Sunday Brunch. My definition of dating is do whatever you like, have fun, and don't hurt anyone. Hey fellas, we have some interesting topics to talk about today. Not her, but her.
Meaning what?
Not her, but her.
Tall and short,
Tall or short,
skinny fat.
skinny.
Give me thick.
I like them thick though.
You ain't lying.
I can't lift them up.
Oh, okay.
Get your business.
Tall, short, sexy, fine. You know.
Yeah, that's right. That's a personal crime right
Well, it's
there.
gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting when we talk about not her, but her.
Medium size. What about medium size?
We'll take the amount in the middle.
Okay. As long as it's not too short.
So guys, what do y'all think about Mr. Wifey?
Mr. Wifey.
Mr. Wifey.
No, I'm good with that. I can't be that.
You can't beat Mr. Wifey.
Nah, not me, man.
It depends.
I take a vacation.
I'm old school.
It's old school. Hey, it depends on me, you know. It depends on, you know, what we're talking about when we say Mr. Wifey.
Well, you know what we're talking about. Somebody gonna be trying to run the household.
No, we can't. Yeah, it's like you can't have that, too, you know.
She can pay my bills though.
She can pay your bills.
My man. All right, guys. What about this right here? What about a man law violation?
What does it mean by man?
What's your whatever your definition of man law violation is?
Well, I know a man law violation.
Is the list long or short?
Hey.
Should be short.
Number one should always be, if you can't take somebody else's woman, you shouldn't take nobody else's woman.
I feel you on that one, brother. That's hey.
Under certain circumstances, you may have
Depends
to.
on
Yeah,
how long
you may have
the
to.
time has passed.
Hey fellas, our first topic of the day is not her, but her. We have Neo, who just recently got married and had a baby by his new wife. But prior to that, he was engaged to a young lady and he had 2 kids with her. That guy had the girl tie her tubes and said he didn't want any more children, but yet he got married and had another baby. What do you guys think about that?
She get her tubes untied.
Yeah,
That's the
but
first
I
thing.
mean, you say you don't want any more children and you have another baby. That's kind of.
He ain't want them with her.
Yeah, that's it right there. I think he wanted in with her because he turned around and have a baby with this new wife. You said wife, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he just didn't want any more. I mean, he didn't want any more kids with her. He wanted to move on.
But that's not right, man.
But,
He could work around not having kids with her.
That is true, but I think it's his new bride. You know, he's probably, you know, all excited, all happy. She probably put pressure on him to, yeah, I want a kid. And, hey,
Some of that was on her though, because when you actually take and listen to someone says, "I don't want more children with you," and you only have 2. I'm not saying 2 is not a lot, but you know he has way more expenses and finances than a lot of people have, so he can afford more than 2 children. But when he's,
What do you mean? You can't put no price tag on no
telling you.
kids, man. What are you talking
I'm
about?
just telling you, he can afford more children. So I'm not.
What do you
saying
mean
he can
afford more
10,
children?
2, but for
It
him
make
to
no
say-
difference. I mean,
but
he
him
had
to
2
say
with her.
that-
You got another kid with another lady.
I mean, to
That's
me,
still more children.
that means I don't think he ever really cared for her
But the
to be
topic
the
is-
mother of his children
he didn't want
long
any more
term.
kids with that lady.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
The topic is her from, what is it, her to her? Not her but her. So he didn't want her, period. So he had to drop it and be like, he don't mind having children. She wasn't the one. And you never know, man.
Man, that's bold. How you gonna ask a lady to tie
As
her
a man, I
tubes, man?
believe this. I believe when you meet a woman, we know what category you fall in the sense of whether I want to play with you, whether I want you as my girlfriend, whether I want you as my wife, the mother of my children. Even though circumstances may change, I don't think, as a man, that doesn't change. You can have my children, that doesn't mean I'm gonna marry you. You can have your tube side and do everything I tell you to say, everything I tell you to do. She said they had threesomes, that does not mean I'm gonna marry you. So I just believe she felt like if I do all this, he'll marry me. As a man, you fall into a certain category no matter what, in my opinion. And
So you're saying he just didn't, he had no
she
intention.
just fell into a category that I'm not gonna marry you. You can have my children, you can do threesomes, you can do all this. It's just I'm not gonna marry you.
Guys,
The
you
new
think,
girl,
dude?
the new girl got married and she has a baby.
I think he had no intentions of, making any commitment to that first woman. That's the bottom line.
His commitment was they were engaged.
Hey, but he probably wasn't feeling it, man. This new girl that he met,
He went on and met her real quick. He said long term for the first one, and then the second chick, she was like, boom.
she swept on his feet.
Yeah, man. She had the rest of the qualifications.
But maybe she wanted her tubes tied. By him asking her, that didn't mean she had to do it, unless she wanted to do it.
I think she did it for him.
That's right.
She did it
Because he
to
got the
see.
power at the end of the day.
She
He got
did
all
it
the
to
money and
see if he would marry me. This will make me want to get married. This will make him marry me. Threesomes. This will make him marry.
She thought.
That's what she thought. But as a man, I know you fall into a certain category. Whatever category that is, I don't think she fell into the category of that would be a long-term wife of me.
But this is my question. You used to ask your wife to have a tube tied. You have agreed that you no longer gonna have no. You don't ask your fiance to do that.
But he in that position where he can do that. He can do that too.
But you can ask any question you want anytime to whoever.
That's not a question, man. That's affecting somebody's body.
That's true.
That's not saying, hey, you can take this car, that car.
Yeah.
You talking about
So here's the thing I don't get. So why even ask her to get her tubes tied? Just leave him, man, and go to this next lady that you seeing. He was already dating this woman. I don't know based.
Probably would.
But for him to fall so fast, he had to make her get her tubes tied.
so fast?
Apparently, he married the chick.
Oh, man.
He
Well,
married the
you
next
know the
chick.
power of the pool.
Hey, look, but I'm just saying. He didn't have to make the lady get her tubes tied. He could have moved on.
Yeah, he could have done.
But we as men, we ask questions that may be outlandish to other guys and to other people. But it's up to you to respond accordingly. Yeah. In most people's eyes now, she didn't respond accordingly, saying, listen, this is my body. Getting your tubes tied is a serious thing. For a man, it takes 15 minutes to get a vasectomy. We can get one and go back to work. Right. For a woman to get her tubes tied is very serious. I hope you're not. But seriously, so it's a serious thing. So when you ask that question, I believe it was up to her to say, listen, this is my body. I'm not doing that. I would like to have more children if that's a possibility.
But she can have them. They were only tied. They won't burn clear.
Yeah, but tied is not easy as like just putting the rope back together.
Yeah, exactly.
Vasectomies, you can get that back together and have kids like the next week.
But he has a good point. It probably, it was up to her to step up to the plate and say, hey, I'm not gonna go there.
But they were engaged, so she trusted this man. They got engaged. She trusted him.
It's a lot of trust, though. That's a lot of trust. Even as a wife, that's a lot of trust.
I think he was wrong to do that, man. That's just my.
I have no problem with him switching up.
What you mean switching up?
Going from one babe to another babe.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that happens
I have
all
no
the time.
problem with that.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't.
But you add in the fact that he already got kids by this young lady. You at some point you're gonna have a responsibility, regardless of his finance. You still got two kids out there not gonna have their father.
But it happened every day. What? Tiki Barber, one of the twins, did the same thing. Yeah. Was married to this chick forever. Had kids. Yeah. Matter of fact, she was. And then he went off got with this girl. I think they had a kid too.
So
I think it's not
the time.
You can leave. I think the way you leave to me is the biggest issue. It's the way you leave. When you leave after doing so much to me damage, get your tubes tied. We have threesomes. We do all this stuff. And when
You like threesomes, don't you?
I'm just saying.
Still elimination process. It's basically, if a man or woman knows what they want and they want that, they are gonna stop searching until they get it.
Okay, guys, we got another topic to discuss. This one is Mr. Wifey. Mr. Wifey. So on a local radio station in Atlanta, a listener wrote in for advice concerning his marriage. The listener recently walked off his job because he was unhappy with management and the job itself. The only catch is his wife is his supervisor, and now his action has caused tension within the relationship. He doesn't see this as an issue with his resignation because his wife makes more than enough money to support all of them. Perhaps he wanted to be a kept man. So hey, here's the question. Would you be comfortable being a house husband or a kept man if the opportunity presented itself?
Nope.
I feel you, brother. I feel you. I mean, if I'm gonna put it like this, we talked about this, a little bit. Like I told you, I don't mind if my spouse makes more than me. I'm cool with that. I don't have an issue with that. But I do want to do my part. I don't feel like I can't be a stay-at-home dad. It's just not me. It's not something I can. I just couldn't do it. I feel like I have to be there to support my spouse as well.
Does it really make a difference who makes the most money?
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. To me, it doesn't make a difference at all. If my wife made more than me, I would have no problem with it. Now, some guys may get offended. You know, if she's throwing it in my face, that's different. You know, now if she's throwing it in my face, that's a different. Well, for example, we get into an argument, right? Well, I don't want to know who's making more money, bringing more money in the household. Wait, hold the hell up. You know, we got to stop this. That's the kind of stuff you don't want to hear. But I can tell based on my relationship right now with the spouse I have, I don't think my wife wouldn't do that. That's just me knowing my wife.
Right. And you don't do it to her.
No, I wouldn't do it. I mean, you know, I make more money than my wife, but I don't force that issue, you know.
Right. See, but it should never be a force. And I'm old school, right? You know, once you put everything together, bottom line, ain't no 50-50, 60-40, or whatever you want to say. You make money, it goes in the pot. Period.
Right. Check this out. What about the part about the kept man?
For me, I have to feel like I'm contributing to the household. Right. And I think a man has to contribute. Your contribution to me as a man should not be cutting the grass, cooking the food. Nothing wrong with that. Right. But as a man, you should want to add some value to this household. Totally agree. And the value should be in the form of money. Even if you don't have to work, if you have rental property or you have residual income from another thing, you have to bring some finances to the table. Because I want to take load off my wife. I don't want to put, oh, well, I need to get this raise, I need to go to this job because my husband is not working. So I feel like, you know, I want to add value to that situation, and I have to bring financially, have money.
And so what happens when you can't?
If I can't, that's a different situation. If I'm laid off, if I'm disabled, that's a totally different situation, and I would want her to support me. I'm talking about, and I'm sure we all know people that strategically say, I'm not working. That's not my thing. And there's nothing wrong with some people as men. There are some men who say working is not their thing. Getting up and going to work, making money, landscaping, whatever the way they make money is not their thing. They want to just sit at the house.
And some sorry rascals.
And there's women that accept that.
Is he just lazy?
Yeah, lazy, and there's women that accept that. And that says, you know, I'll take care of you. So for me, that's not what I want in a relationship.
And that's a tough question about amongst 5 people that don't have that mentality. Yeah. That want to stay at home.
But we all know people who do.
Yeah.
But you're still not in that shoe. Like, you're not in them shoes. Like, we couldn't do it. Right. Period.
So I don't know nobody who would do it. I don't know no woman put up with it.
It's a lot of dudes out here.
A lot of dudes out here.
And they may not be married, but at the same time, they living off a whole bunch of women at the same time. Yeah, you know, but women do it on the flip. I know that ain't the question, but women can do the same thing, you know. Right. But it's just.
I guess it's odd just seeing a man doing it, you know, versus a woman.
About a second ago, like, well, I know I brought it up. If I'm going out to dinner with you after 5-6 times, I'm on a tip. You talking about help me with the, you know, like, yo, you know, I can provide, but again, it's that whole support thing, bro.
Yeah, to me, it's a two-way street. It has to be a two-way street.
But you're supposed to take care of your lady, man.
Yeah, but you know, she can help take care of me too. Right?
So you want to be a kept man then?
I ain't say I want to stay at home.
Stay at home.
Cross on over.
Two different things.
No.
Like on a birthday occasion, so you might want to take. Yeah,
That
you
would
might
be
want to take her
hard.
to.
What's that? Would that be hard?
The stay home man, because like you say, I want to be the one that
Contribute.
right. Number one, I want to be contributing, even if she don't. Because that's my job as a man, to take care of the family. I just couldn't lay home and do it. I don't think I could. And I don't see how a man could do that.
That's right.
What was he thinking about?
Nothing. He thinking about nothing. That's right. That's what we got. We the one thinking of the problems. They think about nothing. Yeah.
My lady bringing the money, so I'm sure.
She the one thinking. We ain't thinking. But yeah, that's a tough thing, man, because I couldn't do it.
I just think it's the way I was raised anyway, man. My dad always, you know, did what he had to do. In some occasions, you know, but I just can't see myself doing it, man. I think my brothers are wired the same way. Yeah. You know, I can't see them. Well, I don't know. I'll take that back now.
Watch out.
Well, I mean, but yeah, that's right. They may see the video. That's what you say, right? Yeah. So, look, I mean, me personally, no sir. I can't be a kept man. I just can't do it.
And then the dude just up and drop his job without having another form of
Something to fall
income.
back on. Right.
It ain't. He got some other things going on.
Didn't you mention something about like there was because there was tension in the household after the fact?
Yeah.
Like you
Yes,
would expect that
yes,
to happen
because-
though.
Yeah, because she was his supervisor.
Right.
So, that made things tough. That made the
That's another
relationship.
thing. Do you bring that up with your wife? Does your wife already know that behind closed doors you weren't liking your job or whatever the case may be?
Sure, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to say it's acceptable, but you would hear more young ladies like TV show. Guy has 4 or 5 jobs and the wife can always quit her job because she know her man got 4 or 5 jobs. But you just don't hear about a guy just gonna up and quit and not have no background plan.
But it's an environment thing too. I think we live in an age where it's more acceptable for that to be okay. For a guy,
What to be okay?
for a guy to stay at the house, and
It's different if you raising a kid, but just to be at home, come on, man.
I guess my definition of dating is just getting to know someone and seeing if we're compatible in the long run, and nothing too serious. Just getting to know each other.
all right. Topic number 3 is talking about man law violation. So I know we are pretty familiar with the Matt Barnes versus Derek Fisher altercation, but quick background of it is that Matt Barnes' fiance or ex-fiance and Derek Fisher ended up having a relationship after they broke up. And I think if we all heard the story, like when Matt Barnes found out, but it hit that highway and was like, "Yo, what's the move? Why you with my girl?" Now he tried to flip it in the news and say it wasn't about him being with his ex; it was about his kids.
Right.
But we as men, we know
We know why we want.
we territorial. So man law violation. What do you think? Here's the question: what are considered friendship deal breakers or man law violations for men when it comes to friends dating exes?
Now that's the deal. See, first of all, that's a deal breaker right there, man. Because first of all, like for example, let's say Walter and I, we're buddies, right? Yep. Let's say him and his wife get a divorce. I'm divorced from my wife. I just won't feel right dating his wife. I just don't feel right about that because he's my friend and.
That's his. I mean, that was his.
I just can't.
Period.
I can't approach it that way.
It's too many other nice
To
women.
me,
period.
I broke that. I broke that law. But even like take your brother for example. Use my own brother as an example. His girl, they broke up. If I start dating my brother girl, man, it'd be so odd. I wouldn't feel right about it, man. And I even seen it where it happened when I had friends dating other friends. They fell out, man. I'm gonna get in fights about it, man. So. Those are break rule. What you call it again?
It's a man law.
Yeah, man law. We broke that one, man. I just can't do it.
Can't break it.
Can't break it, man.
But if you just dating, not married, no kids.
What do you mean just dating? Like I'm dating your lady?
You just dating. You dating a babe. Y'all break up, and your boy want to date her now.
But it's the same difference.
No, it still tough for me, man. Go ahead. It's still tough for me, brother.
In that situation, the situation, I feel like the woman should be held to a higher standard because that's the mother of his children, and that was his ex-wife.
True.
I think if I'm married and I have children with you,
Right.
that is a whole different situation. If this is like you said, if we're just hanging out dating, and my boys say, you know what,
You cool?
So you still cool with that?
it all depends on how much I really care about her. If I've only dealt with her for 3 months, 6 months,
But see, that's
I don't
different.
have any
that's
value
different.
there.
That's a little different.
but if that's my ex-wife and then I have children with you, there's value there.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I have to deal with you for 18 years, 20 years. I have to some type of relationship with you. Right. But if I'm just met you for 3 months and 6 months, it don't work out, and then it may work out with him. I don't care about you. You know what I mean? If I don't value you, but it all depends on how much of a value you are in my life and to my future.
Wouldn't it be odd though, man? Like you and I are buddies, right? And you dated this lady for like 3 or 4 months, and then I started dating this lady. You said, "No, Fred, it's cool, man. You could."
I ain't gonna say it's cool.
No, I'm saying. If you say it's cool,
All right, no, I ain't.
No,
Yeah.
Fred, I'm cool with you dating her, man. But then let's say we throwing functions, and then here she come.
Yeah, right.
What? You gonna feel a little odd? I'm
Oh
gonna feel a little
yeah,
funny
it's gonna
about
be
it.
weird, yo. Like,
That means
what's the
You
point?
still got some emotional attached to these young
I don't
ladies.
think it's even emotional attached. I think it's
Yeah, I feel you, but to me, it's gonna be a little odd.
why you got to be with this one chick and you got
'Cause
a
that's the one-
bazillion other
that's
ones
the
out
one
here.
for him.
If the connection is there, it's the connection. If you don't have kids and you don't have essentially a agreement, ex-wife, you know.
If it got done, I mean, I think you flipped on the fact that if I was with it and you got with it, I guess I wouldn't mind.
But you see what I said though. I
If
mean,
I couldn't be with somebody you've already been with. I don't care if it is 3-4 months. Now, if it's a couple of dates, I don't even think I could do that still, even with a couple of dates. Cause like at the end of the day, you had some type of connection with my boy, and I hate to say it's bros before hoes in my world. That's how I feel. And I ain't calling women that, but like that's just saying, right? So
Yeah,
if
but do you think that something was going on before they split, they broke up?
who with this?
With Fisher and his ex-wife.
yeah, that made me wonder too. You know.
But Derek Fisher could have had her words a lot longer. Now, me personally, if I hear about my girl doing something, I ain't finna or my ex-wife or whatever doing something, I'm the kind to sit back and just wait.
Right.
Put some evidence.
But Bond had to feel something was happening before.
Yeah,
To go through that motion that he went through, that was dangerous. Because if he running in there, that's her home. And for him to do that, he had to feel that something was going on before they separated.
But it's also different in that situation because Derek Fisher is setting up shop. Like he's coming over, spending night, going on trips. Like even now,
With the
they're
kids.
supposed to be.
Are they still together?
Yes, they supposed to be going on vacation. It's different when this man out here setting up shop with your ex-wife. That's disrespectful because they were teammates at one point. Again, but I would have first approached my ex-wife and the mother of my children, and then I would have stepped to him. Because stepping to him, I can kick his whatever, and then be like, listen, I still have to deal with him because you're screwing my ex-wife. And
But
the
fighting
mother of
him, what's
my
that gonna
children.
prove?
Exactly why I said I would have went after her first. Like, listen, what's going on? Tell me are you setting up shop with this guy, or you just playing around?
Or the conversation that John, I think, need to be had because, again, the way I guess it came out and he found out through third hand or whatever, it made the situation worse. Like you said, talking to her, I know he ain't the parent of them, but talking to both of them, like, yo, is your game plan to be with her for a long time because you got my children involved? Here's how I raise my kids. You do your thing, just don't, let me set these rules.
Cross that line.
Right. And then by all means.
Because the kids knew that they were friends. See, that's the bad thing about it. They knew that Derek Fisher and Bond were friends. And then to see their mother with the friend in some kind of way. Now, kids, they sense things.
Right.
Okay? They
That
sense.
can't happen, man. They just
But
can't
I
happen.
couldn't do it.
Not that
Not even a
scenario
brother,
right
friend.
there. That
Nah,
scenario can't happen.
I couldn't go behind. I couldn't go behind my friend.
You were in college and you hung out with some folks and you dated a girl.
Okay.
And everybody went their different ways.
Right,
And then you and the young lady end up getting together. And this other guy's way out of the picture now. Y'all not boys.
Right.
Y'all just went to
Hey,
school.
well, that's cool, man. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, that ain't your boy you kicking with all the time since childhood or college or whatever. It's whatever.
I think when you're in college, you make stupid mistakes, and that happens to me in a situation like that. I was dealing with a young lady for 2-3 months, whatever, and she knew one of my friends from back home. We're in Buffalo, New York, and I had a friend that told me like, yo, I think one of our mutual friends is, hanging out with her. I'm like, wait a minute, whatever, but I didn't value her enough to even care.
Exactly.
I just wanted to know the truth.
How tight was you and your boy?
Me and my boy's cool. We still talk. We're in the group chat. That's still my boy. I don't even know this girl's last name.
Okay.
So you see what I'm saying? I didn't value her enough to say.
Were you
to
dating
step
other
to-
girls besides her?
But I didn't.
That's probably why they make
but,
a difference.
but that was the girl I was with. Like we would go out together. Like everyone knew that was my girl at the time.
Right.
But like I didn't value her enough to say, listen, bro, I need you to chill with that or let me know what's going on.
Shoot, I know it anyway, man. Y'all wasn't married. You ain't put no ring
That's-
on
and then I didn't value her. But so I'm like, but that's my guy to this day.
I got you, man.
So I'm saying, so
But
the
with Bond, they was married.
yeah, that's what
They
I'm saying.
were
When you're married, we have legal documentations, and you have children. It's two different.
Do you think Fisher really looked at Bond as a friend, that Bond maybe looked at him?
No.
Maybe Bond felt more for him than he felt for Fisher. You know what I'm saying? Had to be. They were better buddies, man. They were better buddies for a while.
And it also depends on that woman
Hanging out
too,
with each
because
other.
certain women you can't even cross that line with. Like I'm sure you can't go to his wife and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Right.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Like certain women, you already know I can't cross the line there, but you can kind of get the vibe over years. Like she
Yeah.
winking at me, she let me hold her hand a little longer. I got her something to drink, but she want another drink. I'm like, hey, what's up? Eventually, you already know who you can cross that line with and who you can't. I think Fisher knew I could cross this line with this young lady. Even though that was my friend, or I played it as if that was my friend at one point, I could cross this line with that lady, and she wouldn't go crazy and tell her husband. Yeah, she wouldn't call her husband on me, and you know.
But by Fisher Barn hanging out with, it had to be with different women. So you think that Fisher said something to her about that? Say, oh, your husband dated this lady with me. We had a double date. Yeah, it had to be, man, to get in like that.
He had a plan.
Right.
He had a plan.
To get
right.
in like that.
Right. So yeah, I snitched on him. Yeah.
But then I think if it came across wrong like that, he gonna get his.
Yeah.
You know, one of the two. Because you can't do that and think it's all good, man. At the end of the day.
To me, when you are that status, Derek Fisher is at a status level that we can't move like I can move. Certain things he should have never crossed that line. Because it's already going to be a media
It's gonna be out there.
snowstorm. Like, it's going to be crazy. So he should have never crossed that line. All the women he can get, all the people he can, go to different countries, different cities, whatever. He's a coach. So he was a coach, right? So he was a coach. So you see what I'm saying?
Breaking Bread Sunday Brunch.
My name is Mr. Terry Pitts.
My name is Frederick Ford. My name is Maurice Andrews.
My name is Gerrell Johnson.
My name is Walter J. And you're watching Breaking Bread Sunday Brunch.